The Stuttering Severity Instrument, 4th edition. The Stuttering Severity Instrument 4 is a tool that helps in assessing an individual's stuttering habits ages 2 years, 10 months and up, specifically the frequency of stuttering events, the duration of stuttering events, the physical concomitants exhibited by the stutter, and the naturalness of the individual's speech.
Testing material. The examiner's manual includes the clinical use of self-report, which is given to teens and adults, as well as the stimulus materials that include the picture and reading plates. It also explains reliability, validity, norming, and scoring. There are 50 examiner record forms and a CD containing the computerized scoring of stuttering severity.
Case history. Sophie Robbins is a 5-year-old girl who has a stuttering disfluency. She was referred by her kindergarten teacher, Miss Silber, due to the fact Sophie was stuttering and getting very frustrated while playing with her fellow classmates. She started to shy away from others and play by herself rather than socialize. At around the age of 3, her mother started to notice her stumbling with her words. She saw it as a cute way to speak and assumed she would grow out of it, since her own brothers had grown out of stutters when they were children. This causes no issues in the home, but has given Sophie difficulties in school. Sophie enjoys coloring, watching TV, and playing outside with her bunny. English is the main language spoken in the home, where she lives with her mother, father, maternal Uncle Ted, and her fraternal twin brother James. When Ted was a child, he and his identical twin Alex both had a stuttering problem. They both grew out of their stutter around the ages of 10 to 11. James, Sophie's fraternal twin, has no stuttering disfluencies. Mrs. Robbins gave birth 3 weeks early, but besides that had a textbook birth. Since Sophie is 5 years old and not at a 3rd grade reading level, she will be administered the non-reader portion of the test. When Sophie talks to new people, she gets nervous and her stutter gets worse, so it is expected that she will have difficulties with joint attention and trouble maintaining topic of conversation.
The test is administered to 2 different groups of people, readers and non-readers. 2 verbal examples are required to score this test. Non-readers view the pictures on the easel and talk about them along with having a beyond clinic sample. Readers are able to read a passage in the manual and explain a picture or simply tell a long enough story to gain a sufficient speech example. An audio or video recording device is set up in the room to gather the client's speech to later score the results. Clinic Speaking Sample 1, Reading Task. This is an example of how this would be done since our client Sophie is 5 years old and not at a 3rd grade reading level.
Okay, Sophie, so here's a story and I want you to read it as best as you can, okay?
When the fisherman awoke in the morning, his wife began yelling at him. "All you do all day is fish," she said, "and we never get to go anywhere." The poor fisherman left the house and went to his boat. He went far out to sea. He sat in the boat thinking about how unhappy his wife was. Soon he felt a heavy tug on his fishing line. He had caught a huge fish. After he got the fish into the boat, he sat thinking again. Suddenly he heard a strange voice. "Please put me back into the water," said the fish. The fisherman said, "What is that? I must have caught a magic fish." The fisherman thought about all the wishes he would get. Good.
Clinic Speaking Sample 2, Speaking Task. The clinician will ask Sophie about the picture and prompt her to speak.
Okay, Sophie, so here's the picture, and I want you to tell me anything you see, okay?
They're on a farm.
Okay. What do you see? What types of animals are there?
Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, pig.
Mm-hmm.
A horse.
Mm-hmm. What are these up here?
Goat.
Mm-hmm. What is this piggy doing?
Flying.
Isn't that weird? It's a little weird. What's going on over here? Do you know what that is?
Aliens.
Yes, that's a spaceship for aliens. Anything else?
A bunny.
Bunny with eggs. What else? What are these?
Cow.
Mm-hmm. What is this chicken doing? Pay attention. Look at the picture. What is this chicken doing?
He's eating.
Mm-hmm. What is he eating?
Corn.
Yes. What is this? Mm-hmm.
Dog.
And what is he doing?
He's scared of the cat.
Oh, you're right. He's sitting on the couch because he's scared of him. What is the girl doing?
She has hot dogs.
Who do you think she's feeding the hot dogs to?
The chicken.
Ooh, that's not good for him, is it? No. Mm-mm. What else do you see?
He's wearing sunglasses.
That's silly.
Speaking Sample 3 Beyond Clinic. Although this is optional, the speech pathologist may want another speaking sample within the client's natural environment. A home video was sent to the speech pathologist showing an interaction between Sophie and her mother, playing and communicating because Sophie is a non-reader.
He's gonna eat the dinosaur's gonna eat him. The lizard. Right? Good. Did he eat the dog?
Oh, do you want him to eat the dog?
No.
What should he eat?
The bee is gonna sting him. Oh.
What is this?
A chip.
Would he eat the chip?
Okay. This whale is hungry.
Is he noisy?
Go away. Yes.
No. Would the dinosaur eat these?
Peas?
Peas?
No.
No. Okay. What would the dinosaur eat? Can you find something?
He wants to eat
A
crayon.
A crayon? No, that's not food.
And fish.
Okay.
And the hungry caterpillar.
Oh. Okay. Are they friends?
Yes.
What's the dinosaur's name?
Dino.
And what's this one's name?
Fred.
Fred and Dino. Are they friends?
Yes.
Hi, Fred. I think you're Dino.
This is Dino.
Oh, okay.
Mom, what's his name?
Fred.
And his name is Nancy.
Raw scoring demonstration.
Page 1 of the scoring sheet includes information about the client's history and other important information. It also includes tables that determine the scores for frequency, duration, and physical concomitance. On page 2, the total score is determined, along with the percentile rank, and the severity of the stutter can be determined. Page 3 corresponds to non-readers' frequency computations. These calculations are necessary to determine the percentage of stuttered syllables. Page 4 is for the reader's frequency computations. The SSI-4 can be scored manually or by using the computerized scoring of stuttering severity. Manual scoring. In order to determine the frequency computations, the clinician will write down a client's speech sample. Each time the client stuttered in the given sample, the clinician will mark this as a stuttering event. The clinician will count how many stuttering events occurred in the speech sample and divide this number by the number of syllables in the overall speech sample. This number will then be multiplied by 100 in order to give the percentage of stuttered syllables. The clinician will do this for each speaking sample. 2 speaking samples are necessary, but a third is optional to optimize calculations. Once each percent of stuttered syllables for each sample is calculated, the 3 percentages will be added together and divided by the number of speaking samples used, either 2 or 3. To determine the duration score, the clinician may use the software provided or measure duration using a stopwatch. The 3 longest durations of stuttering events are added together and divided by 3 to obtain the average duration. Physical concomitants are determined by the clinician by observing the client live or via videotape. Speech naturalness is also rated by the examiner's judgment while scoring the test for both the manual scoring and computerized scoring. Computerized scoring. To start the scoring on the computer, you click the spacebar. After the timing process has been started, simply click the left mouse button for each fluent syllable and hold down the right mouse button for as long as a stuttered syllable lasts. You press the spacebar again to stop the timing. You may now click graphs and obtain the results of percentages of stuttered syllables, mean of the 3 longest stutters, and syllables per minute.
The stuttering behaviors exhibited by Sophie include prolongation, which is the duration of a phoneme, and blocks, which is inappropriate timing for initiation of a phoneme or release of a stop element. After assessing Sophie, it is clear that she stutters more in situations that she is not comfortable in. This is shown in the home video where she is in a natural environment. Although her stutter does not seem to be severe, the fact that Sophie gets frustrated and shies away from social settings is indicative of a handicapping condition.